Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, while we try and plan that out, we're also going to get into the game. So we'll do both at the same time. Gen.G versus MIBR. I hate to say it, but they were kind of right about Kuster and Bentet playing pretty well, and that being, you know, part of the key on that Dust 2 game. So just they know what they're talking about. Now MIBR with the chance to see if they can bring it back. And Mayan might be one of the topics. He's just eaten 2 grenades, and Bentet going on a terror. Third headshot coming in with the USP. That's just getting a little bit of a say here, but what a complete and utter destruction outside of that B-bomb site.
Shut it down. MIBR must expect having been heavily studied here for Vertigo.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's some demos to go and watch if you're Gen.G to figure out what's maybe coming your way. And they're playing on the CT side here to start it off with, so it's pretty good to have this kind of a start. Fallen decides, you know what, it's might as well just run and gun for it. Gen.G won the pistol.
Yeah, they did some damage this time, MIBR. However, Bentet and Som will still get a cheap helmet. Their armors were untouched, which means, I think, like, if your armor's not touched and you get a kill, you should be able to afford an M4, if I'm not mistaken. So Bentet got an M4 and then some. Some will have to go for the FAMAS instead, the cheap and cheerful FAMAS. It is new and improved.
What if you make a law firm that presents all of the evidence in meme form? Because all of the future jurors are all going to be, that's the language they'll speak.
They're all going to be idiots.
I didn't want to say that, James, but yes.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm down with this. Love me some memes. MIBR have not invested in much here. Gen.G has a P250. That is all there is to shout about. P250 and a bunch of Glocks.
Hard to get a lot of conversation out of, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least until you start killing people with it.
Yeah, the main thing is numbers. Again, it's like someone's got to swing, take the bullets. The other players, I hope they get hard and try and use the numbers to swarm and find one kill at the very least. Automatic was just Wing all the way there, pulling out the pistol. No fear. No armor for MIBR, cut to shreds. Now we'll have their first full buy of this T side. I think their main strength will come on the... I feel like for MIBR, the luxury of the CT angles of the AWPers, especially with someone like Fallen and Gen.G on your team, is so strong in theory. We didn't really see that strength in the previous game. Again, Gen.G certainly started slow, missed a few too many simple enough shots.
Yeah. They did insist on getting that double up a bunch of times, and we never really saw the impact from it. I agree, though. I mean, that should be really fun to watch once they get to the CT side, for sure.
Yeah, I do think it goes missing too often. Like, that's one of the main factors of their team, MIBR. You know, Fur is a factor in and of himself. Same could be said for Taco as well, but I mean, the standout, the stars are the 2 snipers. We'll have to wait for those. Everybody on the rifles for now. Kuster gets taken out over the smoke. There's plenty of time for MIBR to try and capitalize on this. And maybe get some information on how Gen.G play when there's only 4 of them.
Falling really far back, and Daps is still hanging around here, and he won't have heard anyone or seen anyone. He's going to smoke it off again, so wouldn't be unreasonable for them to try and stack the bomb site. I'm a bit confused about Automatic playing this far up alone. I guess they actually think it's going to come back to the B bomb site, so they're saying you push forward, but it's kind of the opposite. They actually have the this all the way around. Automatic goes down, but even if he'd got that kill, they'd still be in a lot of trouble.
Bloody hell, that's such a big gamble.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen a lot of players, but I feel like Gen.G are probably going to run to their doom here. Can they play the clock? Doesn't seem like it, because Fur will shoot some straight in the head. I think he may have heard the grenade collide with him, and things go from bad to terrible for Gen.G, who are still playing with anti-eco weapons, but their money's not spectacular. Only 2 players surviving, they are already in a bit of a pickle. So again, that was a very difficult play for Automatic. You can't know how many players are there, but once that goes wrong, that's it. Yeah, that really reduces the win percentage of that round.
And I think they had the engagement over outside of B, where Fallen got that kill basically at around 55 seconds or something. So that's plenty of time for them to go back to the A bomb side or whatever they wanted. I guess, yeah, Gen.G just saying, you know what, they're probably just gonna fake a retreat and then come back and, you know, and hit us at the B bomb side. It's hard to judge them really, but it looks a bit silly when you look at the minimap and you realize, oh, they've got it backwards. 4th round, though, going to be coming up. MIBR probably just excited that they got the round without that much trouble here.
At the end of a round of Vertigo, do you ever jump off the side in the hope that you timed it well enough so you don't die before the round resets? Because I do that a fair bit. But I wonder if people ever do that in a professional match.
That would be you doing it, wouldn't it, James?
It would be, yeah.
The thing is, I'd never live it down. The last couple of days when playing with Jason, with Semler, you know, they'd never let it go if that happened. But it's tempting. I've been tempted. I won't lie.
Bentek's got to be real careful here. This is a dangerous smoke, but as it starts to go away, Taco will have to reconsider his position. Oh, that's perfect. Down to 49. It looks like Gen.G are going to win this round on the A slope. Automatic completely blind, still alive for now. As I say, that gets finally taken out by Taco. So it seems to go going for a full take of the bottom of main ramp. But it's a three-man swing. So once again, big problems here for Gen.G.
They've done so much damage to 3 of their players, but haven't actually got the kills, which is completely unreasonable. They actually had that well thought out. They had everything down. As the smoke was fading, they had the Molotov on top, so MIBR had to fight inside of it. It actually looked like that was all really well coordinated, but somehow they haven't got the kills that are required. Fur and Mayan, though, the ones with help leading the charge at the moment. It wouldn't take that much to swing this round, and back in the favor of Gen.G, weirdly enough. 45 seconds now. They even started to bring in Kusta from the other bomb side, saying, well, let's just gamble it. And this time, it makes so much sense to gamble, because otherwise you're not going to win the round at all. Song hiding inside, executing Fallen, 35 seconds. A kill for Daps. And remember, only Man has any health at all. If he goes down, if he takes a bullet to the face here, this round could suddenly be right back in contention.
There are still 2 smokes here for MIBR, but I don't know if they're going to have positions to actually deploy them. One has been sent up. Kusta can look over the top. Mayan's been able to fall back and use his as well. Whereas Taco's that last one. Mayan holding the off angle now. That's a very annoying smoke grenade, and a very late utility here might win it for MIBR. It's not giving any peeks up to Gen.G. No chances to pick a player off. And if you can't do that, then you have to concede.
Yeah, I don't mind that they're falling back. I think it's hard to stick around for that long. And MIBR excited to win the round. I think Gen.G went down with the bomb there at the end, but ultimately that's a round they only barely made their way with. That was going to be Gen.G. If you replay that round again, I think Gen.G win it the next 4 or 5 times, just on the ramp alone.
Now, it's a very expensive game Gen.G are playing with this aggression towards the A bomb site. They're trying to stop MIBR from doing what they want to, but how can they deal with all the swings? If MIBR is able to hang around outside the big box down the slope, then how can Gen.G keep trying to play that game, I wonder? They'll change things up on this occasion. Can't run the same drill every round, but of course, this is an eco as well with their weapons stay saved. But for the full buys to come, if they do that every single round, then I would imagine MIBR will go fast towards B or mid. Plenty of questions to be answered later on, but Kusta will take out a lurker towards the A bomb site. But there's one more to deal with.
Som here with the Deagle. It is a headshot. Automatic couldn't follow it up with the USP. 2 versus 3 now instead. And he's at least picked up the rifle here. And they have armor, again, around that could be won here by Gen.G if they can just win some early fights in this B defense. Or that flashbang, though, that might have just ruined the day for Som. Couldn't get back around the corner. Bit of a shame.
Yeah, the rotation didn't come in fast enough there from Kusta. Taco was lurking earlier on, which may have delayed him, but he's going for this. There's no bomb past this Gen. He's got himself a 1 versus 2. And now he knows roughly where both players are. Sneaking in behind that smoke grenade. He's got an angle. Gen.G doesn't really have any help. He shows too much. He knows where Taco is. Looking for those final bursts. He knows he's low now. 25 HP for Taco. It might be a few bullets for the USP, but he'll deliver it at 4K for Kusta.
Huge. What a play. You saw the confidence. This is something that Jason was highlighting on the desk, and it seems to be right about accurate at the moment. He was so confident. He was running chat forward position with a knife. He just knew exactly where they were. Really well done. Gen.G, I think, almost deservedly making that round back from the previous one that they probably should have also won. So 3-2 now. And from MIBR's point of view, that's almost the entire bank gone. 3 of them with no money at all.
Gen.G back to winning ways. That was a very surprise round. A shocking one for MIBR for sure. And indeed it will be this aggression once again. Now, they'll start with that smoke on the slope, and MIBR will have to wait it out. But then what will Gen.G do afterwards? They've got the incendiaries, they've got the flashes. They don't have the personnel, however. They're more traditionally spread out, so they are indeed mixing things up. Fallen looking over the smoke to spot a leg, but there's no tag.
And not even falling back automatic, even after getting spotted there. Wants to stick around, hoping to get a quick shot. It's dangerous when they're getting this close. He's got some backup, but yeah, they're going to be falling back just in time. But this allows MIBR to get this forward position where they can set up the grenades. They don't have really that many of them.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. That's not how that was meant to work.
Yeah, at least it didn't land on his teammates, but Gen.G will do the job for them, delay things. But
they just smokes.
Yeah, they don't get any sound cues though. From those incendiaries they threw Gen.G, they don't get any sound cues, so they don't know how many people are here. And there are 4. One set of sound cues. Yeah. So that could be a problem. More delay tactics. A super late smoke from Bentet, trying to play against a burst, which is pretty key. Automatic still has the smoke. He can re-smoke something. And he's about to do that, it looks like. So he's going to help out Bentet. That's really going to help, because look at all the personnel from MIBR in that position.
They're so slowed down. There is even still a Molotov on Som at 20 seconds on the clock. Automatic will pick up the 1 kill. Good kind of flashbang to stop them from swinging against him. Ooh. And he'll get fur as well. And here's the Molotov. Really, really late. I don't know what you do about that. 8 seconds on the clock, and they're going to get completely sorted inside of the bomb site. K&G, they don't realize they've already jumped across, and Som still pick it up. What a ridiculous round. Gen.G looking really good at the moment.
Utility gods.
Yeah.
Utility gods. I feel like MIBR will probably favor the A bomb site. Potter was wondering which site both teams would favor. We'll see if that continues for MIBR. And with the investment Gen.G are making towards the slope, maybe they have a read of that as well. That smoke up is quite the nuisance. So they're getting the early smoke to keep control of the slope and slow the push from MIBR. But they still have enough utility in the late game to just ruin everything they want to do.
Couple of deagles this time, and that's it. Going to be a really, really good start here. If they can survive this round, Gen.G, with 4 or 5 people still living, they're going to start to build a pretty good economy, and I think that's going to make life much rougher on MIBR. Even if they get the ramp control that we were talking about here, and they can set up for the grenades, Gen.G look like they have a pretty good idea how to counter smoke their way back into the retake, and I think that'll make it a little bit tricky for them. The bomb site is, I mean, the plan is almost always the same, right? Get the bomb down so that it can be spotted from the ramp, and then just hope to fight and, you know, and win that after plant. Basically, just falling quite far back.
Ooh, so Fallen showed the bomb towards the B bomb site, which caused some activity with Som. So I think that was a very deliberate play.
Yeah. To
basically jump peek, took a few bullets, and now the bomb is heading towards the A bomb site. So that was smartly done. You can see Som has moved to a closer CT spawn position. Now they'll have to start rotating back again. It might be a few seconds to make a play, but Fallen's just moving up alone with the bomb, and now there's a late push from the rest of his teammates. The information's there though for Gen.G.
Oh, the cone flip. Jay, it landed perfectly.
There's a TikTok.
There is a TikTok video for you right there. Mayan and Taco left. The round was never going to be exciting, but the cone flip was certainly amazing.
Oh. With
a grenade, no less. Hard to rub. Don't throw grenades on TikTok, please. It's not what we're encouraging.
They've made it to the bomb site. Taco, though, means falling, means there's no one else to help Mayan. Does he go for the bomb plant now, or does he try to do more damage? They were lining up. There's a world where he gets 2 headshots to head. Maybe he even wins the round, bizarrely. Not this one, though.
Yeah, that looked like it was way closer. 5-2. And moving at round number 8. I think it's starting to look even better right now for Gen.G. I don't know if we'll see the... We got to replay the cone flip. That's the one that I'm really interested in.
Well, MIBR are back on the buy. They don't have as many grenades as they might have liked. So again, we've got that same smoke grenade, but less aggression towards A. I think they're expecting a play elsewhere on MIBR. Gen.G, based on what they've been doing towards the bomb site. Mayan, oh my god, there was 3 headshots. Bekusta's still alive somehow. Must have been through an object of some description.
I think Mayan only had the Glock. I think that's the explanation. What a shame. Yeah, a bunch of headshots in a row and not even taking him down. And the rest of it, look at what they have in terms of grenades. 2 smokes. You can't fake anything, you can't make any mistakes, and if you throw those grenades and then you get stopped by a counter utility, that's it, you're probably done. Bentet going down to the very least. Some really close range here, and he's not got much backup. Only if they swing wide against him is automatic going to be put into play. Sees the gun barrel a little bit early on the fire, and he will basically pull the trigger too soon and go right down.
Taco's creeping, Automatic might be in trouble. Gap in the smoke, and he's punished by Gen.G. Things are turning around. MIBR had no utility, but they've got guns, and that will certainly help. Daps now, collects AWP, trying to fall back. Almost giving a haircut. I wouldn't mind one. Gen.G moving away now with 2 players, Krieg and an AWP. A 3rd round on the board for MIBR. With the way some of these rounds are going, I thought they might have more rounds early, but it is kind of going back and forth now.
I'm honestly very confused about how Gen.G managed to let go of this round in particular. Just with the weapon, I guess partly Som playing that far out on his own, and then slightly jumping the gun. I guess maybe that was the big collapsing moment there. But it actually looked to me like they had a pretty good setup. So a little bit disappointing, I feel like. But still 5-3. It's early on. I don't know if Gen.G, and I still think they're doing pretty good on their CT side. So it's too soon to say.
Yeah,
who's at 6-1?
Yeah, Kuz is having a good game.
Bentet also at 9-3.
All right, looking at the money for both these teams, it's a must-win for Gen.G. MIBR have got some cash in the hole, but this buy is much better than they had the last time. Maybe the lack of utility was a blessing in disguise. The shadow jiggles were a problem for some in that previous round. The team's throwing their own version of the smoke. Gen.G have been delivering. That was so close for Automatic. Man knows his angles. Can't see through those sandbags anymore, but over the top he can. Won't make a connection though. And again, the swarm is here. And they've mostly lost position unless something crazy happens with Bentet.
Just trying to buy a little bit of time here. I can't believe there were 3 heads showing. How did that not connect with anyone? That could have been easily been a double, maybe even a triple headshot, but somehow none of them lined up.
This exchange of utility. Thousands of dollars are being thrown on the floor.
Som putting some bullets into Taco and taking him down, and Gen.G will fall next in line. A 3-on-3 now with the bomb being planted, but there are no more grenades left on the MIBR side to try and hold this, so they actually have to fight before the grenades come down from Gen.G, because surely they're going to be smoking off this defuse. And they need to move though. Gen.G actually waiting a long time. I guess that one last smoke there has really bought some time for MIBR. That's really troublesome.
Is the swing now. That bomb is ticking real fast. They've all got the fuse kits. 1 for 1. There's 2 more players to find their third with a great spray on Zakusta. And those are the chances gone. That's looking for damage. Outstayed is welcome. And they might be able to make it to 4.
That smoke was not meant to land on the box, was it? I think that smoke is meant to go down and land on top of the bomb. The fact that it stayed up meant they were going to get shot in the knees running through. That's the worst possible smoke you could probably throw as a CT, I imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was rough. That was a rough one, and it will break the money of Gen.G. Automatic going for the scout once again. With the extra money he had. We didn't see much in the name of pop flash plays from a CT side on Eco, just yet on Vertigo. An awkward map.
Yeah, or even in the normal rounds, right? Because we've seen Gen.G try to find at the A ramp, but actually I think that's a good point though. Why not with the pop flashes? Why not try and time it a little bit?
Yeah, how many places can you kind of burst on the T's without, with a place where you can throw a flash as well on Vertigo? Here's a question. Just some jiggle peeking from Gen.G. Here, G is hunting that new area. Added to the map with a recent update.
Okay. He railgunned him. That was close range with the scout. Still able to get the headshot. More are going to be coming. Bentet will find a kill. Som, they'll find him. That's such a shame. Otherwise, would have been a great position. But now fallen, tired of this round and losing players on his team. And Bentet will go down as well. So that's a scary round. But MIBR look like they're recovering ever so slightly.
Ooh. He's gone to pick up the scout. He doesn't know how low they are, because if he found another weapon on the way, then he'd give up a sound cue collecting it. We'll see Taco squeezing now, and Dax will get absolutely blasted by the off angle. And now the score is tied. 5-5. 3 rounds in a row for MIBR. Is this momentum? We've got Gen.G coming out on the full buy, so we'll soon find our answer. Very nice flick from Automatic.
Yeah. was great. I think Som would not have been that far away from maybe sneaking in a kill, and then it would have been a 5 versus 2 or something like that. So they were pretty close to losing that round, all things considered. Nice arc.
Forward smoke from MIBR to take the would-be sniper angles away around the A-bomb site. You can see 2 of those 3 smokes thrown by MIBR. But automatic with the AWP. He's moving around on A. Kus is just jiggling. This is a dangerous game. That was quite a wide jiggle, but he escapes unscathed. Mayans going wide. They're just going to swarm. They think he's alone. That jiggle is a lot of information, and he'll deliver the kills as well. Kusta traded. That's a smart play from MIBR. They read that there's only Kusta on the B bomb site with that jiggle. He's buying time for the rotation, so they will just charge the site, and that might be the round over.
And even if they thought he was alone and only afterwards discovered there were 2 people there, I feel like the commitment to those kind of charges is almost always what makes the real difference. Because you and people stop when they sort of, okay, we're almost going, but then we're going to stop halfway through the push. That doesn't work out so well. They really followed through. Nice power behind that one. It's going to net them a 6th round. A bit of a knife chance here. Taking down automatic.
Love to see it. Hesitation is a disease.
It is. I wish there was a way to quantify it. How do you? I mean, I feel like because we've been watching so much Counter-Strike games, sometimes you see it in a way that a player will play, but there's no. It's hard to objectively to define it.
Yeah. I think in a vacuum as well, where there isn't enough time to, let's say again, like there's more than one player there. There's not enough time to kind of disseminate that information and take a decision on it. Yeah. So I think you're better off committing to what everyone is doing there. Otherwise, things just become a disaster and confusing.
It almost feels like at the point in time when inside of your own brain you think, oh, there might be a timing window right now. If you stop to discuss it with the rest of the team, it's not there anymore, right?
Yeah. It's the brutality of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and I mean, you could almost try this yourself in matchmaking, right? Just, whenever you have that feeling, if you just try and act on it, you'll realize how hard it can be, right? Because you immediately, all the second thoughts are going to, or the doubt is going to be creeping into your game, and you'll be like, oh, but what if I throw it away? Triple boost going on. Yeah.
Okay. Bentet's got 2 HP, practically 4 grenades and a rifle, but there's no one anywhere near him to give the rifle to. Because obviously you've got this Tower of Humanity over towards the A-bomb side. Oh, just about gets there. A little panic from Som. Taco will have the def cam to hear some footsteps, but we'll see what's going on.
The grenade.
Oh, there we go. How about that for a trade? Style points. Bento 2 HP will get taken out by the Krieg in the end, and Gen.G's now in a 1 versus 3. Kusta showing some presence by the sandbags, and Som's there to finish things off, and another unlikely round has been won.
That was a huge play. What a great setup. As you pointed out, Bentet super low on health, but it was going to be Daps almost certainly that was going to, start that engagement, and then he was shredded with the grenade. What a follow-up. 6-6. That's going to tie it up. Huge round for Gen.G. And I don't know. Those are the rounds I think that really matter in the long run here, because MIBR were building a pretty decent economy, and now maybe not so much. If they can win this next round here, Gen.G, they're actually setting themselves up for a very, very good first half. I think it already is quite good, in fact.
Bentet, the personification of Duolingo. On the side again. We talk a lot about the 2-man setups. That was a nice one, and especially with how many languages he's had to speak in Counter-Strike. To be able to do that is a good sign. Taco just about spotted hopping up, but Automatic will still get taken out. Even though they saw him there, chose to take the fight. Been really aggressive with mixed results around the A ramp. Gen.G's now creeping as there's no one paying attention to mid.
I can't believe no one managed to trade that booster, though. Good win there. That's a real big difference having the AK-47 in that particular fight. And he'll get the kill on him. Taco also going down, but they had actually 3 people near that ramp, so the fact that Taco got in there, got the kill, and managed to sneak away with almost no repercussions, it's kind of ridiculous. Now, Kusta's going to be alone at the B bomb site with no grenades and just an AK-47. What a job he has in front of him.
Once that smoke goes, he has nowhere to hide, but with this boost, who knows what could happen. He needs a trade that he just about does before Main gets taken out as well. 7 HP, all the information in the world, and Bentet has a HE to deploy. But can he find the right angle?
He's still thinking about it. They must know how low Mayan is. one of these grenades even lands a little bit right, it's going to be the round done in favor of Gen.G. They shouldn't be winning this MIBR. They got that AWP on Fallen, and he's just getting shot from beneath, right through the grid. And now Mayan, 7 health, hiding inside of the smoke, just trying to see if he can escape for a second. It's a perfect headshot to take down Bentet, and now time is running out. He's on top of it. He can almost see him through, but not quite, and he'll still get the kill. The defuse will go in. Oh, man, what a beautiful round, but it is not going to be won. I feel so bad for him. That was odd.
The last bullet to do as much damage as possible to the economy at the very least. Maybe it pays off if they can win this one. That was a crazy round. I can't believe he survived that. They had a molly as well. So there was a lot of junk to be thrown there, but they just couldn't find him.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? I mean, he almost...
Smoke.
You could see he wanted to just take the shot through the box, but he wasn't really confident in it. I'm so shocked that it even got to that. 7-6. Been some strange close rounds in this game.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth indeed. Again, this is a pick of MIBR. They got battered on Dust 2. I think Gen.G would be very happy with the veto overall, but we'll see. I mean, they got 6 rounds so far. MIBR, they've got a strong position to take 8 if they can win this round after that damage by Mayan towards the end of that round prior. Easier said than done, though.
Some of the players here have gone a little bit missing on MIBR as well, which is sad. Fur at what, 3 and 10 at the moment, and Taco at 4 and 8. Probably need to get those guys back in the server at this point in time.
Feels so high variance around the A-bomb site for both teams. They're like scary to constantly feel compelled to go for this aggression. Automatic taken out again. Very mixed results for him.
Oh, is Taco? No, I was going to say, I thought he was leading with the bomb here. He's not, but he will not be able to beat Bentet. There was a lot of stepping going on there, so they might have heard that. Fallen trying to see if he can get the wall bank through, and on the other side, Som making a lot of noise. Got to be very careful about this play here. One grenade could almost have Molotoved them at the same time. Regardless, it's a 4-on-3 right now with a fair bit of utility for the MIBR side. And they've got that staging area outside of the A-bomb side.
Yeah, but it's a 3-on-2 on A at present in favor of MIBR, who will force Gen.G back. But this may mean more people for the rotation. There's an incendiary on Kustel. He's got an angle to deploy later on. Som's taken out now. So the numbers are tied for only a second. Bentet taken out as well. Daps harassed through the corner of the wall. It's all falling down for Gen.G. Their advantage just got dissolved in this round. Kusta now, again, we spoke about if they get 7, they'll probably get 8 MIBR. Gen.G get annihilated in that round, and they don't have much left to fight with. They've made poor buys work before, though. That was a really rough turnaround for them.
I'm so confused by... I mean, Som was the first guy to go down to the bomb site. He was low on health, but he was actually holding the smoke. He was sort of holding the angle right through. And once he went, the whole thing just collapsed. That's a bit strange. We're all tied up 7-7 though. And the economy, as you were pointing out, not really that good for Gen.G in this final round of the half. Daps has already gone down to K&G. And they have an MP9 and a FAMAS and some deals to try and follow this up with. It's not really that impressive. Automatic's pretty good with the deagle though.
He is. Very dangerous waters for Taco, exposed to different angles as the smoke dissipates. I think MIBR, if they have a read of the economy of Gen.G here, they just move together and trade. And they might be better off. They're being entertained, they're focusing on what Gen.G are doing.
He got the Krieg.
He did get the Krieg. I think they need to bunch up here, use their Molotovs, of which they have 2 now, to make a safer approach to one of these sites together. The longer this goes on for, with more separation, I feel like the worse it becomes, potentially, at least for MIBR.
Yeah, because you could tell that a minute ago they could have just gone into the B-bomb side and there would have been no one there, but now it's a bit different. That Krieg is shown up, Som is there, Kuster is in the middle in case they want to try and see if they could split it, which sort of feels like maybe they will. Find out. Still on the other side. 35 seconds. The bomb is actually making its way back to there. They're kind of faking this out a little bit, which I'm shocked by, actually.
Oh, no!
Kuster with a chance here, but not hitting the shot, and he's going to make his escape. That needed to be a kill. Now, Bentet is hiding behind the sandbags. No one is Molotoving, and he's here with the MP9. This could be the round-winning move, but oh no! They're going to go and check it, but only halfway. K&G, he wasn't checking it fully, and Fur goes down with the bomb inside of the bomb site. 10 seconds on the clock. James, this is a disaster.
Yeah, they were split up playing two-man setups, and again, losing that first play, they're still lurking. They cannot start the bomb now, it's too late. You can spray through the corner. Automatic could have sprayed that, but there we go, it's too late, and Gen.G will steal that last round. MIBR basically threw that one in the bin, that was theirs to win. But again, I feel like they commonly, in those situations, they split and make it worse for themselves by having those lurkers instead of just moving together, but there we go.
That was a bit of a disaster. I almost wish I could see the replay of Gen.G peeking that sandbags, because that was a bit of an uh-oh kind of moment. We'll see how it goes in the second half. It's got to be coming up after the break. Stay tuned. A 7 in favor of Gen.G at the end of the first half here on Vertigo. Second map for this particular game. How are you feeling, James?
What's the SOS sign?
It's 3 short, 3 long, 3 short, I think, or is it the other way around?
Okay, no SOS here, just long flashlight. Walking Dead style.
Surely you would know that. Weren't you doing boating lessons at one point or another?
I was, yeah. I know what the WTF are you doing horn is, which is just 5 horns in a row. Okay,
well, I feel like maybe that has to be the second lesson. SOS probably should come first. But I respect it anyway. 8-7. Maybe we'll go sailing one day, James. I'll, get me away from all the madness that's happening in the world right now.
Bomb's being planted by Gen.G. We've got a post-plant 5-on-5 situation while he's being deployed by the likes of Gen.G. We've got 2 smokes being weighted by MIBR. So there's going to be some kind of wall of smoke here. There goes the first and second. 3-on-3 now as KNG's waiting for T to emerge. Kusta's behind him in the smoke. That's really weird. Someone's got to get on this bomb, though. There's no kit on the remaining players. Maybe 3 frags so far. Daps is on the rotation as well. Still nobody's on the bomb. They had to get Kusta out. Daps hiding around that smoke again. There's no kit. Fallen's picked one up, actually. Can he find a kill, though? Oh, he's got him off the bomb. He let go of the bomb. That was the only way to win the round. It's too late now. It's too late.
Oh, appreciate that. If we could auto-tune that into "It's Too Late to Apologize," James, I think we will have the perfect highlight for that round.
I think I was in the right key.
Listen, I think it was dead on perfect. I really appreciate it. You're a man of many talents. Just talking about boating. How do you feel about April's Fools? Are you one of those people that enjoy it? I feel like that population is dwindling really hard.
I don't enjoy them, but I don't want to. Actually, I enjoyed the ones this year. I'm kind of glad for them. Some people have been super moody about like, oh, don't do April Fools this year because of what's going on. Like, that's all the more reason to do it.
Fair enough.
People shouldn't decide to be miserable because life kind of sucks right now. I think that is idiotic. So yeah, it's a bit cringe, especially when you just spammed your Twitter is flooded by all these companies. Oh, I've done this and done this, but the ones that you know, I've been caught by two. I've been caught by two, which I was like, took me like 3 or 4 seconds. Like, oh, hold on. I enjoyed those.
Oh, okay. So that's the metric by which you judge them. You have to be fooled for just a second.
Yeah, the ones which are just like low effort and just straight stupid.
Basically, just lying is not.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah. Low effort stuff. Just don't do it.
Okay.
There's a company called Aperture Lighting, who put out a fake tweet that they were making a skateboard with lights built into the top, which looked really cool. But the effort they put into it was kind of ridiculous. In a good way. Like, they put like a lot of effort into it. It was just absurd. It looked like a real product. So that's kind of cool because they actually made an effort to...
Well, now they'll have to make the product, though, is the problem.
Yeah.
People will want it.
Yeah, it looks like it cost a fair bit of money to make that. So that I respect. But if you're just like, hey, we're going to do this. Oh, no, we're not really. You know, that kind of sucks. So.
Fair enough. Okay, I can be on board with that.
Where do you stand?
I think something similar. I think the problem is because of social media, all you run into are the really low effort ones.
Yeah.
I think most of the time. But I'm sure I would agree if someone really wanted to you know, to pull it off and they did it in a way that you weren't catching it, then why not?
Yeah, bravo. Fast play from Gen.G. They're going to get deleted towards A, it seems. MIBR have position now with that first pick on Som. This Storm has stopped, but Taco's just gone to... Maybe he couldn't hear. I mean, it's hard sometimes when there's spray and Molotovs to hear footsteps. So if he thought they were still rotating around towards the A-bomb site, then maybe there was a play to be had there. But he's actually made it a 4 versus 4, and Gen.G's in a very volatile situation. He does have help, though. The bait set up, and he will still deliver all the frags. Even if Automatic gets here, he's low on bullets, and there'll be the repeat from Fallen. So a very deliberate 2-man setup there from MIBR, which works out and leaves Kuster alone in a 1 versus 3.
I have no idea how he stayed alive for that long. There's just a bunch of weird fights going on in that one. Well, Kuster's been spotted. I think it might have even heard him running before any of that happened. But regardless, 1 versus 3 for him to try and win. And they shouldn't really be fighting him that hard at the moment. I mean, they probably had the advantage anyway because, yeah, the Galil. Now they're all 3 fighting him, and that is probably fine. But 1 at a time, not so much. Anyway, good round for MIBR. 10-8 now.
Yeah, that's a big round for them.
I almost wonder if Kuster stumbled through the smoke, if he actually didn't sort of mean to exit it. It looked really confusing.
Yeah, that was an unusual round. Lightning fast, war of attrition. Bentet leading the scoreboard at the moment, 17 for 11.
Still Taco and Fur with relatively low amount of kills. But the team is, I mean, they're well within striking range.
Yeah. This is an important round. We saw some disasters in the first half. MIBR can't afford one, being 2 rounds behind at present, with Gen.G on double figures. But it is a dangerous round. There is utility here for Gen.G. Kus is going for the dry peaks. He's got a lot of grenades to lose, but he won't lose them. The jiggles and the 1D. Mayhem's got to find 2 here. They're going to go for him. He can't really escape this situation. Thinking about what to do, pulls out the molly, pulls out the smoke. And now he's been sent off with no parachute. Strong position for Gen.G, 4 on 3, with over a minute on the clock.
Taco on the other side, alone for the minute. When that smoke goes away, there's still a minute, then there's no reason for them to push through the smoke. If he doesn't get back behind cover, and he will just barely do that, but this is still pretty much the round hinging on Taco, either getting a kill and falling back, or getting a double. There's going to be one of them, but they're trying to chase him down, and they're right behind him. Good Molotov to be dropping. Smart play from Taco right now.
40 seconds. 2 of the 3 MIBR players towards the B-bomb site. Having a sniper always helps, but when the smokes are up, might find some issues. Flashbang through the smoke. It was perfectly timed. Taco gets a swing. Daps coming in from the back. Refiring to run distraction. They'll sandwich, but now Daps is alone. 1 versus 2. He's got 25 seconds to... I mean, surely he's got to get 1 kill before planting this bomb. Unless he's hoping that these smokes will stay up long enough. inviting the peek. May have seen the barrel there. Gen.G might deliberately be trying to bait him just in case. Create some space for himself, and that's going to be an instant creep now. Gen.G through the smoke, I believe. Well, finish him off. A no-scope, a shotgun mode, and MIBR make it to 9. But they lost 3 players in that battle.
They did, but they could have lost so much more. I mean, I'm so confused by a number of things there. That ball, the first guy carrying the bomb onto the side didn't even check Taco's position. And I feel like, I don't know if they would have heard him falling back. He dropped the Molotov and ran back that way. Regardless, that's a little bit sketchy. I don't think they were under that much pressure that they couldn't afford to take the time. And they had Daps flanking that one as well. So maybe a little bit of a mistake. Either way, it's 10-9. And MIBR almost caught up. And they surely will this time. Grenade as they run. Oh! And land on 3 of them. That's such a massive amount of damage. And he's got backup here as well. It's going to be just fine. At least a couple of kills going his way.
Kill streak reward. Where are the dogs? Send the helicopters, all sorts. Jesus. 10-10. This time only 1 player is lost for MIBR. The score is tied. They've got 3 rounds in a row. They've got momentum. And they've got AWPs. I'm sure it'll be plural once Fallen buys. There we go. They have everything they want. Now, can they find success versus these AKs and Krieg of a Gen.G who are really lacking in grenades? We've got a few more being purchased here. Only 2 Molotovs though. We'll see how much that has to do with the player of this round.
Could definitely be significant. We'll have to keep an eye on it. So many places you do want to Molotov out, right? I mean, the sandbags is almost the default, a mandatory Molotov being used there. And if you want to wrap around, you know, on that A ramp, you usually want to use another one by that huge box where Taco was playing the previous round. Kusta trying to look over the smoke to catch anyone at all. And a double op setup now for MIBR as well on that CT side. Could be great, could also be a liability in certain retakes on this map. They're all going to be pretty much close range. Variance!
High, I'm telling you, man, A is just high variance.
Yeah.
The plays that the CTs feel compelled to do, it's nervous work. Kusta creeping towards B. He's keeping them entertained. He's keeping 2 of the 4 players on B. He's threatening to make a play. The bomb needs to be picked up. Minutes on the clock. See Mayan creeping. No one's here to trade. And now there are more problems. Fur is caught rotating. He might be heard by Kusta on the low ground, who looks to, and I think he has been, looks like he wants to show some more presence to invite a second player of the 3 towards this bomb site. Taken out by Gen.G. Fur creeping in CT spawn. A's been abandoned. They're convinced.
So convinced by a Daps. That's a fight you have to win. Fur is very low on health, but that could actually bring them back a little bit into the round. We'll see the double up, though. Again, very tricky to try and retake with. There's almost lined up for Fur here, and that's a bit dangerous. Bomb is going down, and he's just waiting inside of the smoke. 20 seconds, and gonna spam through. He is lucky to still be alive, and he'll line them up. He gets a kill on Som before he falls back around the corner. Absolutely ridiculous. They don't have any grenades, though, on MIBR's side to try and go for this retake, so it will be tricky no matter what. Flashbang here for Ben10 to set up for a teammate, and they're going to try and see if they can maybe swing for it still. Bomb just being tapped and forced to fight. Gen.G will win the 1, and just like that, MIBR to pick up the round. I can't believe it.
Solid work. Fallen in the first switch weapons because Fur had 2 HP. And with no grenades, MIBR will retake and keep both AWPs alive and pick up a Krieg, so that is a very strong situation for them. Gen.G now in eco territory. They're at maximum loss bonus. Mayan 20 for 10, shot up the scoreboard now. Leading the charge.
I think, was Marisnik talking about this on the desk? Mayan on this particular map as one of the potential highlights for MIBR, so it looks like he's dead on with that one.
The shoe fits.
Oh!
I thought he was done for.
He really only had his fingertips on that ledge, didn't he?
Yeah, that's KZ with no checkpoints right there. Well, the pistols will make their way up, the pistoleros, and Main will add to his tally. Got to be careful though, swang quite right, but that HE will do quite a bit. Kusta tries to avoid it. Alive for now, 2 on 4 with the Desert Eagles, and Fur never shy for an engagement. Surely
going to be another kill here for Fallen if Kusta tries to take this fight. He's been pretty accurate with the deal though, which has been enjoyable. He's been spotted out once again, so yeah, they're all going to eventually group up and try and take him down. And
Nice.
okay, some 360s in there.
Let's do it. What kind of sensitivity has he got? Jesus. Poor Daps has got 80 ping because he went back to Canada.
He did.
He went back to Mountie Land.
Always
So
a mistake.
Everyone else has got 5 to 7 ping. That's a tall order, man. 80 ping versus 5 ping. He's in a real rough spot, as you can see there.
That's some P90 territory.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Swinging around the corners of a Max 7 territory. MIBR now with 5 rounds in a row. Gen.G are back on the buy. How can they find success on this T side? The struggle is real. Ooh. The arm is enough to do some big damage, and maybe that'll Shy fallen away from holding that angle. In fact, he has scurried away completely. He wants no more of that.
But they lose some on the other side. Gen.G taking him right down. I feel like MIBR started to show a lot of control in this game right now. They have the money to lose a round and still buy here, even if it's a little bit low on Mayan, ironically, for him playing as well as he is. Gen.G also having a great game at 20 and 13. He was one of the players we were highlighting for the online Counter-Strike portion of this. Not that he has to necessarily be bad if he's on land, just, you know, he's been playing really well. Seems like it's going to be some sort of a B execute, but Taco and Fallen are so far forward that there's already 2 and Fur is not that far away. So they're going to have some intel, I think, working with.
45 seconds on the clock. 4 plays remain for Gen.G. Gen.G spots one towards B bomb site in very dangerous waters, but Mayan's here to clean them out. He's the shark, and his teeth are pretty damn sharp. Moving to the plant spot now. The scope will be heard. Wow. Smoke is here to buy some time. That's on the other side. Are they going to try and make a mad dash towards A? Well, quick boost, and going to go for a shot through the smoke, but Mayan repositioned. Bomb thrown from one to the other. 20 seconds now. They're not being given anything, and I think they might abandon ship here and just try to hold on to what they have.
Yeah, what a strange way for a round to end. They kept wanting to go through, but the smoke and the Molotov on the other side, there's just nothing that they could do. That's a worrying sign. And at the very least, they need to do some heavy damage to the economy. Taco goes down right at the end, but I don't think it's that's not enough. They needed to take 3 rifles at least in that round. 10 to 13. MIBR making a really good comeback. Well, they've won the last 6 rounds in a row, and only one of them has been a defuse even.
Yeah, MIBR really storming to the finish line in the second map. I'm looking forward to train if we get there.
That would be interesting. I agree.
It really would be. MIBR will have 3 players on A, looking to get aggressive once again. More junk being thrown early from both squads. I like that molly around the back to limit the peak positions of the CTs. Again, these feel very high variance as well. Kusta once again lurking. Oh, we've got a double peak actually. So first, surely going to get taken down in isolation. Mayan, how many is he good for? Just the one. No surprise there. One and done positions, and only one got a kill from MIBR, and surely that's a wrap for this round.
You would think so, but I feel like Gen.G have found a couple of ways at least to throw some of these leads away. So we'll see if they can get the bomb plant down here without losing anyone, and then just hopefully play it pretty cool afterwards. Bomb is being planted now. Gen.G going down, and if it wasn't already done, then now surely is going to be the time that AWP and Fallen, even with the money that they have, probably not worth throwing away. You could still end up running out of money here in this map, and that would be very bad news. So I'm shocked that he's still sticking around. Flashbang to make it a little bit of a mad jump across. Taco will take down Automatic before he finally dies. If nothing else, they're making this sort of an expensive round right now for Gen.G. And this AWP, I don't know if he can even get it out at this point in time. He's going to get a kill on Kuster and then slightly return to it. Tom is still hanging out here, and Fallen has no idea where he is. He's about to get shot in the back. And, oh, still alive? How is this happening? He's going to make it so expensive. Som is surely going to... No, he's going to live the bomb. That's incredible. He was so close by. Yeah, he's angry. Shooting him all the way down to the pavement.
Very last-ditch effort from Fallen. And the money will still be good for MIBR for this round at the very least. That was a wild one. You never know. They're always threatening those super late rounds, trying to catch people off guard. They had a crossfire set up there where Fallen almost is guaranteed to get traded unless he comes round, he goes wide and shoots both of them. Yeah. So that almost was a disaster for Gen.G, but they finally managed to claw back around. Now, I can't even talk because there's so much going on. They're moving very quickly towards that A bomb site, trying to catch MIBR off guard, who are forced back.
Which actually would be cool. We haven't really seen that change of pace, have we yet? Where it's suddenly very quick. And I don't know if they would have kept going if they could have got a kill, but they never found anyone.
It's normally cost them a lot of HP.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Fallen, he fell off on the A-bomb site. You hate to see it, James.
Oh no! Yeah, he's basically said that in the chat as well.
If they win this round anyway, then I guess all is forgiven.
But if they lose this round, they have no money. And Gen.G, this could lead them to win the entire map of the series. Taco gets taken out, there's no response just yet. 5 versus 3. Mayan trying to do what he can, but they've got to get multi-frags here. At what point do they give up on this? This is a complete disaster. The implications of this round are enormous. If, for example, they lose all their weapons, they've got no money.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you say to your teammates? Because you'll know, 3 seconds before they know, so you got 3 seconds to inform them of what just happened. Maybe 2.
What do you say? I'm flashed, I'm flashed! When you're already falling.
Just pretending that it wasn't your fault somehow.
Yeah. Taking his name too seriously.
Just maybe work it into the April Fool's thing. Just, guys, I fell off the A-bomb side. And it's not a joke.
Well, seriously, that again, the timing of this problem is such a large issue for MIBR. Because, again, having lost his AWP at the end of the last round, and then falling off the building on this round, which severely weakened them, all things considered. Now, they're in a very bad situation.
Actually, I've seen that happen more when, people are trying to make that outside jump on B when they're retaking the bomb site, and they just, they're jumping through a smoke and they miss the timing on it or something. This is just him on his own. It's rough. Grenade is going to land right on top of Fallen. And that does a significant amount of damage. And this is all they had to invest into the round, really. No AWPs, MP9s, and M4s. If Gen.G win the map and the series because of this, it'll be a little bit ridiculous, won't it?
It really will. Main doing what he can. He's been good for 1. Sometimes you got to do more than that.
He's playing an amazing game right now, man. He's 27-12, and we're in the 26th round.
Not too shabby at all. A great performance, but you want to cap it off with a win. So Mayan's jump peeking at the back of the site with K&G playing an off angle. So I think basically when there was a punish for peeking with a smoke and it was burst onto the B bomb site, I think that they're trying to play against that with a bait setup here. But there's actually 2 of them. False sense of security. Fur has been taken out. Now, what is the response in from Gen.G? They've got 45 seconds.
Well, Fallen's also in the middle there, so if he can get the return kill at least that would work out pretty well. K&G going down, leaving Mayan on the bomb site alone with still 35 seconds, and they just come spamming through the smoke. He was almost doing a 360 while holding down mouse 1 to get that kill. The bomb will be planted here, and Taco and Fallen, they just don't have a lot of help to try and do this with. They've been pretty aggressive at doing these retakes. I don't see the point of doing this one.
Not sure if Taco was spotted. Doesn't look like he was, but indeed they will be falling back. Again, their money's in the absolute bin now. This is worst case scenario for MIBR, or very close to it. Not much in it, really. They'll give up the lead, and they might have to go into a deficit to have a proper buy here. What a disaster.
What an absolute disaster. Taco and Fallen. Again, there's an AK down there that Fallen would love to pick up. Could try and superhero down at the last second. There's the jump. Ooh.
Oh! Oh, he's really timed that well, hasn't he?
That's
he really
unreal.
timed that perfectly. Perfectly.
It's like that scene in The Matrix where he just gets his ear up to the phone and is teleported right out before the truck rams the little phone booth.
3 in a row for Gen.G. In my mind, Fallen is still falling.
Continues to fall all the way to the end of the map.
Yeah. Down below into the skybox.
And just as he hits the pavement, he wakes up in his bed and I had a dream that, I fell over the edge with an AWP. Wasn't a dream, unfortunately. Taco goes down. Bentet sneaking around the edge of the smoke, able to find him, and now could even get another one. I think he saw that. Definitely he did. But Fallen is somehow able to do it. That stolen AK coming back to haunt them now. That's all they have on the MIBR side. Gen.G looking to take the round lead finally here on Vertigo. Don't know if they didn't see him there, but now Kusta definitely knows. Man, he's done it with everything, but not with the Deagle in this round. Kusta going to keep charging, not checking the corner, and that'll lose them another kill. Fallen with 3 in the round. This is amazing.
You can almost taste the AWP. K&G's got half the info. They're looking for the second player. Daps gets tagged at the same time, so they know where he is now. He's got 19 HP and a Krieg. You'll have to assume that no matter what happens, these players will get rifles, so he doesn't really have much to lose in that respect. The angle is there for K&G. That was the round for Gen.G, man.
Yeah.
Fallen falling off, honestly, you know, had forebode bad things for MIBR there. And they have just lost a giant opportunity. Especially taking out, there were 2 weapons brought into that round. Taco got taken out immediately.
That could have been probably the thing that prevented them from playing Train. Now I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
Feels like that was the window open right there. Their own economy not really looking that strong at the moment. So, I mean, they had plenty of opportunities.
It was supposed to be 14-13 the other way around. Now, if Gen.G lose this round, it will be GG after all.
It will be. And I mean, I appreciate Kusta trying to make the play there. I don't know if did they not realize that it was only the AK in play. I feel like they were trying to almost play way too aggressively for there being mostly pistols.
Yeah, well, I think the AK was towards A, and they tried to make a faster play towards B.
Yeah. Before
it could rotate, but you know, they didn't find success. That's for sure. Now they find themselves with 3 rifles and 2 pistols. There's definitely a turn of events there. Situation's slightly better, but by no means is it good. K&G will have the AWP now, falling on the silent zone 4. And Automatic is creeping. He's got great position to get 2! Surely, no, he gets nothing! He got nothing at all!
That is, again,
he's the last person you expect to see that happening to.
Truly
last
is.
Person.
Usually an absolute robot when it comes to these kind of things, but I don't know. Could they expect another fall off the building, James? Could they get it, do you think?
Hope for that gust of winds. And a loss of balance. Oh, this is a bad situation. Kusta trying to basically fish for information at the top of his life. And he will see trajectory of a smoke, and he will see Mayan as well. Now, there's a 2-3 setup at this point for MIBR. Oh dear.
Not ideal.
Free information.
I mean, we picked MIBR to win the game overall, but I kind of feel bad about the way some of these rounds have been working out in their favor. I feel like some of these kills, I don't know, maybe Gen.G have had their own share of rounds that were a little bit ridiculous that maybe they shouldn't have won. Just a strange game overall. They're going to go straight for the bomb plant, and all they have to cover it with is the Krieg and the AK low on health.
Oh, no.
I can't believe it. He actually fell off. That would have been a kill 100%. They're all the way back here, and there are no Molotovs, but plenty of smokes and grenades, so it's going to be hard, very, very hard to stop this defuse, you have to assume.
That smoke was so, that bomb plant spray was so crucial, and Daps now on the flank with 80 ping. This is taking long as MIBR like to take their time, but can he find something fatal? Oh no! He's got a tag, but down he will go. Someone's got to get on this bomb though. Hello, James. Som will get traded just before it can get to the diffuser. Fallen comes in with the kit. That was looking mad nervous. Daps had to get something out of that. He had to get that killed. Again, that was another golden opportunity. Just like they've got players in front of them, they've got players behind them.
I mean, if he gets that kill, they win the round. Not because of the kill, but because the other 2 people fighting inside of the bomb site now have to turn around. Like, he could get the kill and just hide, and they would win it. I'm almost 100% sure. Yeah. That's really rough. We've had a couple of those out of Daps for now. Could be the ping, I don't know, could be something else. 13 to 15, and a chance for MIBR to, or 2 chances, really, to get on to Train, which would be cool.
From that range, the crouch peek 2D into the chest.
That's all you need. I think he was low on health.
Bang,
one would have done it, I think.
Man, that was rough. It is a tragedy in chapters for Gen.G here on Vertigo at the moment. But they planted the bomb. They had to plant the bomb, worst case scenario. So they've got themselves 2 rifles. I don't know if anything's on the floor that to be picked up as they start to run. As you can see, Fallen's guns on the floor.
Now it seems almost like a diss in retrospect for Fallen. Like, I can even fall off the building and we still win the game.
Yeah, this is a hard way to potentially lose a game, but there's still a chance for Gen.G. They've got a lot of grenades. On 2 players. If one of those guys goes down, that's going to be just a hell of a lot worse situation.
They almost did it that last round. Daps is the first to go down. Some aggression out of the MIBR side, which we haven't seen that much of. I mean, apart from over the ramp where there's a constant battle, more or less. But this time in the middle, 3-man hit to try and take him down is definitely interesting.
Oh, they've heard these sound cues of running towards the A bomb site, but they've left the bomb behind with an opportunity to take B. So this is going to be really, really weird. Someone's going to go and get it. 2 plays on the site for now. Someone better delivering, but who's going to grab the bomb? Looks like it'll be automatic, collecting it in a 3-on-3 now. There's no more grenades here for Gen.G to hold down the bomb site. Gen.G can continue to harass. There's a smoke to make things worse. They've lost the bomb site.
Wow.
It's been lost as well.
Unbelievable. They're actually even drawing Fallen back a little bit. Gen.G was on his own for all of that, and he's going to come in with a kill quad on him, and a 16-13 victory this time for MIBR. That's going to put him on train. What a huge win. That did not look like it was going to happen.
It's going to put them on train, and it might put Gen.G on tilt because again, they had so many opportunities to just really, in a strong fashion, change the outcome of that game, but they couldn't quite get there on any situation. And indeed, to map 3, we will go. Thoughts on the couch after the break.